Wait, swapping it out? No, that's la-di-da.
It's like
You're swapping.
Swapping
I
out.
thought you might.
and he was like, right.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Alex.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
You too. Excited to hear you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We start singing, huh? What's that? Yeah, but we'll do sure about first.
Okay, welcome, sweet souls. Haribol, sweet souls. Haribol.
Oh, thank you. I'm usually
Welcome to the Bhakti House. We're going to have some more. We have about 5-6 more plenitude devotees that are going to be rolling in, as well as some others that may be late. So we'll just can come even closer. And Shamya Pras, who I'm blocking, excuse me, and I want to invite you to the Bhakti House. This is many of your first time. And this happens to be where we live, but really this is where Mahaprabhu and Gaur Nitai, our deities, live. And this is our, for the time being, acting Bhakti spiritual center. So we open our home regularly, as well as other community members who lead different programs and offerings all throughout the week. There's like 4 or 5 programs a week at this point. Midori Gopi and Siddhanta host one in their home on Thursday nights. We have Shastra class right here on Tuesday nights, and Friday morning program and such. And we try to share bhakti in a way that can inspire others to live a devotional life with Radha Krishna at the center, or whatever your spiritual path is at this point. And we pray and pray and pray, and one of our marriage vows, I feel really bad blocking you, Shamya, is that we want to host devotees. We want to host amazing, incredible peers, amazing, incredible seniors and leaders and teachers and role models in our lives. And we're so excited to welcome Raghunath Prabhu here and Pranapriya to join us for this beautiful night. This is the biggest gathering we've had in a while, and that's clearly because of the two of you. And Raghu, if you haven't met him yet, I please encourage you to come on up, Kev, you made it, yeah! Wonderful! That's exciting. Raghu, not to take away from you, Raghunath. Raghu grew up straight edge and really was paramount in the punk rock scene, and started a band called The Youth of Today that has even brought one of you from New Hampshire to you've been a follower for many, many years. And then he became a brahmachari monk in the Hare Krishna movement, and realized that his huge service is how he shares music and how he's so charismatic and is a natural preacher and teacher. And so through his guru's guidance, he started a monk band called Shelter, which is Krishna core, all preaching about Krishna conscious, but also doing like the high kick punk rock stuff, and has made such a huge impact on the world, not on just the punk rock scene, but on the Krishna consciousness scene and bhakti yoga. And he and Kaustubha Prabhu lead an incredible podcast called Wisdom of the Sages, which many of you already listened to, and if you don't, you will after tonight. And they lead trainings and retreats in India and around the world, and we met in India, in Vrindavan, in 2020 before the pandemic. And meeting Raghunath certainly changed my life in such a beautiful, beautiful way, and I've traveled with him all around the world, and he's brought me to such sacred places and has given us blessings to also bring others to sacred places. So I owe so much to Raghu, and it's such an honor to have you here tonight. And he has a book called Punk to Monk, and it is downstairs, and he is giving autographs. So, did I miss anything? Want to add anything?
That's good.
Yeah, but truly a really humble, relatable, authentic, real, example of how to practice bhakti yoga and live in the material world. He has 5 children, and is an open heart, has a really open heart, and will welcome you into his home. And he has a retreat center also in his home. So please, let's give a huge Haribol! 1, 2, 3, Haribol! 1, 2, 3, Haribol!
Sorry, before there's a big crew coming up. So
Great.
You may want to
Come a little closer.
Yeah,
come a little closer.
Great. Thanks, Kevin.
And Prana Priya is a dear friend, dear sister. She is behind the scenes, keeps everything together, and manages Raghu's life, manages Wisdom of the Sages. She's the executive producer. She is his stable ground. She is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful heart, an example of a Vaishnavi, a female devotee. I think the lights are flickering because that means it's true. So let's give a big Haribol to Prana Priya. 1, 2, 3, Haribol! Thank you. We are hitting the lights somewhere.
Is it over there?
Could be God. Sending us signals.
Oh my God, that's okay.
Before we start, can you just introduce yourself to the people next to you, behind you, or just say hello to them if you know. If you know them, you can hug them.
And we have Tandavani, Tanya, and Grace online.
The Sassinis.
Yeah.
I was like, who's that girl? I was like, that's you. I was like,
that's me.
I'm trying to look at.
Why don't you come up a little bit? Yeah. Haribol! Do it! Haribol! Plenitude devotees key! Haribol! Welcome, welcome, welcome. All you missed was my introduction. He hasn't spoken any nectar yet. Come on up. Haribol.
Yeah, if you want to come a couple inches closer, I'll move back a little. That way we make everybody feel welcome. Yeah, you can move that closer. There we go.
Yeah, how you look?
Quite disturbing. How's that? Sunsinis? Good. The Deary Guppy, get up here. Get up here.
The shore is here.
Oh, the shore is here.
Space for her.
We good?
Yeah.
We good in the back?
Nobody can dance here.
The roof might. You have a quick now.
We will fight go down.
We have to jump straight up and down. We have good floorboards. We have good floorboards
at our side.
Okay.
How many people are relatively new to Bhakti? Raise your hand. Raise your hand high. Okay. How many people have been around for a while? Okay. Been around for a while. Okay. Old timers we got.
There
Okay.
are like 30, 40. You're like the 30, 40 category.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're the extra seasons. You want to be closer.
I'm going to keep it simple. But even the simple, even when you've been around a while, the simple sometimes really makes the most sense. And sometimes we need to hear the simple again and again, because sometimes we get lost in the esoterica. So let me keep it simple. How many grew up in a house where the that wasn't. What was the other option? A lean-to? How many people grew up in a household where the heads of household screamed a lot? How many grew up in a household where it's very sweet?
Also that.
A little bit of that. How many people had a real loud dad? Real loud. Okay.
Yeah, it depended on what I did.
We all know Johnny.
Yeah, sure. My dad could take it to 11 quick, like 0 to 60 in like a moment. And you find that the sound in the environment affects you. It not just affects you, it creates you, isn't it? You know, if you grew up with a lot of love, a lot of sweetness, a lot of generosity in a household, it affects you. It becomes you. You grew up with a lot of chaos, a lot of calamity, right? That affects you too. Mm-hmm. And we learn to work with what we got. The yogis always understood this concept that sound affects the mind, sound affects the consciousness. Nowadays you can go to a store and buy a Babbling Brook CD or something like that. Right? I just downloaded a Waterfall CD, and that's have an effect on you, though. It actually does have an effect just to sit by the water. We went to a waterfall today, and we just sat there. And the sounds were healing. Mm-hmm. You hear sirens, just disturbing. Mm-hmm. So the yogis understood that. And they codified sound in mantra. And the word itself, mantra, comes from this word man. And then man means what? Mind. Isn't that where most of our pain lies? It doesn't lie in a scratch or some poison ivy or even sunburn. Even if I do get a scratch or a cut or something, most of the pain still lies in my mind more. Like, oh, when's this going to go away? Oh, what now? Can I do yoga like this? Or it just goes on and on. Sometimes, anyone fit into this category where you worry about things in your mind, and sometimes you worry about it for a week or 2 weeks. Ever worry about something for a year? A year? Mm-hmm. A year of worry? Mm-hmm. Ever worry for a year and nothing happens? It's like, I've been really planning this misery out. What a poor investment, huh? What a poor investment of time and energy and scenarios. It's going to happen. And it doesn't happen. So in this age that we live in, the great sages say, it's a winter season of the ages. And people live in their mind and they suffer in their mind. Even if they have all their good food to eat, even if they have a nice place to sleep, people that love them still suffer tremendously in the mind, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Good people with lots of opulence suffer tremendously. And the idea is that the medicine for this age is mantra. So we come together in a mood of connection with Source. Right? And everybody's got their idea of a higher power. Sometimes people say, I don't believe in a higher power. Really? Go to the ocean on a stormy day. Take off all your clothes. You can keep your underwear on. And go into the desert. You don't think the sun's a higher power? You don't think the ocean's a higher power? You don't think the wind is a higher power? Of course there's a higher power. Don't be silly. There's so many higher powers. Even in this room, some of you guys could kick my butt. There's a higher power in this room. So there's people who are smarter than me, more stronger than me, right? More intelligent than me. So there's always a higher power. And so the yogis say, yeah. There's personality behind every element, they say. It's an interesting way. There's personality behind wind, behind fire, in the planet itself. There's personality. But out of all these devas, or devis, right? There's devas and devis, gods and goddesses. There is a devati deva. Of all the higher energies, there's one supreme energy. In the Judeo-Christian culture, they'd say God, right? But in a pagan culture, they would just see the energies in all living entities. The plant has a source behind it. It has a being behind it. How many people have more than one cat? Anybody? Just us. We're the weird cat people on the back. Yeah, we got 2 cats.
Wow.
How about more than one dog? Anybody got more than one dog? Okay, just Eileen. Okay. Now, even if you had 5 dogs, let's face it.
She has 4.
You got 4, okay. So you can relate to this. You got 4 dogs, 5 dogs, 10 dogs. Each one of them has a unique personality, isn't it? They're all unique beings. And plant people, if you hang out with plants long enough, they're actually beings too. Mm-hmm. Right? You can have the same exact species of apple tree. One will give a sweeter apple. Mm-hmm. They're unique. They're beings also. And they always have these experiments. We've all heard this, right? Yeah, I play like Mozart next to this plant, and it's really healthy. And I played Slayer and Megadeth next to this plant, it's dying.
That's real.
You know, that's real.
That's real.
Again, sounds affect consciousness.
Yep.
So the Maha Mantra, there's so many mantras, but the Maha Mantra, what does Maha mean? Anyone know? Great.
Yes.
Like Mahatma, Mahatma, a great soul. So the great mantra, so many different mantras, the great mantra. Because in India, the mantras you chant, they give you stuff. How many people are yoga teachers here? You ever get the students that come to you and say after class, hey, Justine, can you teach me a mantra for abundance? I'm a little broke right now. Sometimes the yoga students will ask like that. I need an abundance mantra. Right? Because there's mantras that give you stuff. There's mantras they use for healing. There's mantras that are curses. Right? I knew a guy who could in India who could cure snake bite by mantra. It's a very common thing. Snake bite mantra guys. I knew a guy that could cure jaundice with mantra. I don't know how it works, but it works. I can't figure it out myself. There's mantras for progeny. You want a child? Mantras. There's rituals and mantras. I once took a bunch of students to an old temple in India, and I knew the young priest, and the priests were from like a seminal succession, like their ancestors have run this temple. And the guy was young guy, and he said, Raghunath, if any of your ladies want to have a baby, my older brother can help. And I was like, they don't even know what you're talking about right now. I was like, it's so adorable, you don't even know what you said. But they do it mantra and puja and ritual. And it works. I don't know how it works. But the difference with the Maha Mantra is it doesn't give you what you want. Isn't that interesting? It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you
Need.
Aww!
Need.
What I need? I don't want to hear what I need. I just want to hear what I want. Have you ever been in a very grounded place where you say, oh God, please protect me from what I want? Because sometimes we know that the things we want are not good for us. And sometimes we've even gone out of our way and made choices that, has anybody ever chanted this mantra? Well, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but... I know I should. Like, we even know it's not going to give us what we want. We even know it, and we still do it anyway. So this mantra is, it give you what you need. Because what we really always want, we always want to grow. We want to evolve. We want our heart to open. Right? We want to be compassionate. We want to be a little bit more tolerant. We want a little love in our life. Can anybody say they don't want love in their life? Come on. That's what the Maha Mantra gives. It gives us what we actually need. And sometimes I think, well, no, no. Maha Mantra, it starts to, anyone ever eat a gobstopper? You know what that is? I got to keep this gobstopper, layers and layers and layers of colors. If you're not familiar with that, it's like an old school candy. It was like you put it in your mouth, you suck it, it's purple, then it turns red, then you suck it more and it's like different layers of color coatings until you get to like some fizzy thing in the center. At the center of us is pure spirit. But I'm covered over by layers and layers and layers of confusing desires. Unlimited desires and identities in a material world that's always shifting and changing. How am I supposed to find any peace here? In a shifting world, right? That's like me being a real estate guy and saying, I got a great house for you, you're going to love it. It's right on the beach. It's made of sand, and the tide's coming in.
I'll take it.
Right? This is what we do. We take all our investment, and we invest it in the temporary. And you expect there to be no anxiety? Of course there's going to be anxiety. It's shifting sands. And that's what we're like digging our... No, it's going to... The sandcastle will stay! It's not going to stay. We need a plan B. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But I'm going to ask you first to sing with me. And when we sing, how many people have lousy voices? Raise your hand. Lousy. Okay, good. Lousy voice people got to sing louder. Great people voices. And so how you got a great voice? How many people got a great voice? This is a setup. He's trying to set us up here. Great people voice, we have to sing. I don't have one. I'm just saying, if you have one, you got to sing with less ego. Because when we sing, we're singing it like a prayer. Doesn't mean we can't sing loud, but we don't sing it to be the center. We sing it to serve the center. Does that make sense? Let's start off by taking a few deep breaths. Take a big, big inhale through your mouth. Big, big inhale through the mouth. Big, 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 big inhale. With your eyes closed, imagine a lotus in your heart. And if you can imagine a form of a divine feminine and divine masculine sitting on that lotus in your heart, Radha and Krishna, we call them. Some people say God is a boy, God is a man. And some people say, no, God is a woman. We say, God is man and woman. There's a masculine and feminine energy to everything. We invite them into our heart when we sing. Listen how I sing and then repeat. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 All right. Anybody lose any weight after that? I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah. Do you want to move here? Or you happy?
It depends. People see me in the back.
You want to go up?
Do you guys mind if I sit there so I can see everybody?
We'd like you to sit.
Oh. You know, it's interesting because we're trying to cultivate humility, but then they give you this big chair to sit.
I know, it's really.
But from this, I can see all the beautiful faces. And the idea is that even when we give the class, it's actually, we're giving it on behalf of the original teacher of the sacred information flowing down from India. And the original teacher was Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva. So they call this chair the asana, the sitting place of Vyas. It's called the Vyasasana. The Vyasasana. So not that we become Vyas, but we become a representative of Vyas. That means I have a duty to keep what I say within the confines of what Vyas would teach. And it's understandable because we're all unique beings. It'll come out. When Kishori sits up here, it'll come out the Kishori way. And when I sit here, it'll come out my way. And like that. So many great souls today. Ramdas, nice to meet you. Srinivas, my mentor and my friend. And Draupadi is here, Haribol, and Vaishnav from Puerto Rico and Vermont. And we had the good fortune of spending time with them in Puerto Rico this year. And we were so blown away and impressed by what they created. It's quite magnificent. So,
Shamia and I went right before you.
And I know it was really weird. We didn't even know it, and we were right there almost at the same
incredible.
time.
Incredible.
So nice. A lot of times we get into spiritual life because there's so much noise in our head that we need some peace. Right? Sometimes we'll do yoga. Like, right, Anna, we do Ashtanga yoga. Because it's so nice, because it's got breath with each movement. And therefore, you don't have to guess what the teacher's going to throw at me. You got a set series. I did Ashtanga for about 6 years, and it was so nice to go into that space where it was just peaceful. I knew exactly what was next. And I'm noticing my breath while each movement, I'm moving my body. And a lot of times we need to just sit down. We need to breathe, take off our shoes, walk in nature, just to get the noise out of the mind. Because in this age that we live in, this age called Kali Yuga, it's a noisy time. Historically, it's very noisy. And so we want to be thoughtful. Instead of like living somewhere else with our mind, we want to bring our minds here, to the here and now. But once I do bring it to the here and now, then what? In Bhakti Yoga, it's slightly different. We don't actually want peace. We want love. Peace is nice. Peace is good. In my head of chaos, peace sounds great. But in Bhakti, they say, actually, what the soul really wants is not just peace. The soul wants connection. Connection with Source and connection with other souls. I really try to stay, even though I'm on a path, and I've been on a path for a while, I still try to keep an open mind when I hear about different traditions. But I will say, I've still never met anyone who can convince me there's something higher than love. And in a shifting world, what is love? I was having a nice talk today with Erin downstairs. Her last kid, her baby's growing up, right? And then if you've raised kids and you've had your identity as the mother or as the father, when they grow up and they move out, we get left with this point, like, well, now what is my role in this world? Some of us have gone through these like epic sort of, ever have one of those eras of life where that chapter is over? And there's always a little sort of like, what's next now? You got to sort of refigure out, a plan. Sometimes there's a death. Who am I without my beloved? Right? Sometimes we lose our health. Who am I without my health? I always identified as this healthy, cool guy. In my own life, I went through a divorce. I always identified myself as a family man, and it broke me down. Where is my family? What is my family now? That was my identity. See, in the material world, we have two types of dharma. Or in the world, we have two types of dharma. One is our material dharma, and we all have it in this life. We're parents. We always stay parents for the most part. But it's different when our kids are very, very dependent on us, and when our kids call us occasionally. When they need something. Right? When they need when they want to. Hare Krishna. I got 5 wonderful kids. Sometimes we lose our jobs. Anyone ever lost a job and you really identified yourself with that job? And you're like, what am I now without that job? Sometimes we lose our homes. Sometimes calamities happen. I've had yoga students who've lost their home in a hurricane. No home. And sometimes it's been a family home. Or sometimes we sell our family home, the home that we raised our kids, and we sell that and move to a condo. And we're like, who am I now? That home was part of me. So we have this identity in this world. The only problem with that identity, it's shifting constantly. And maybe it doesn't shift every year, but maybe it does. But maybe it shifts every 10 years or 20 years. But it still shifts. And when my identity is tightly woven into a person, place, or thing, then when shifting sands happen, we become devastated and we have to start reevaluating our life. So in bhakti culture and yoga culture, it's always pushing you not towards your dharmas of this world. Those will appear, those will come. You'll have different duties when your children are toddlers and when your children are 19. And when your children are 40. Those duties will change. But we all have a nitya dharma, an eternal dharma. And that is the dharma of the soul. And the dharma of the soul, even though I might be a yoga teacher and someone is an engineer and someone's a physician and someone's a builder, we're all different like that because our bodies are different and our minds are different and our thoughts are different. There's many of you here, I'm looking at one of them, very, much more enlightened than me, more evolved than me, but I have a big mouth. So they have me give the class. Some people are soft-spoken, but they keep their knowledge and enlightenment inside. So for this, there's this other part of our dharma. It's the dharma of the soul. And that we all share. And the soul has a specific dharma. No matter what happens on our external dharma, our internal dharma is to give love. My material thinking, because I'm a materialist, don't get me wrong. I'm working on it. I'm in recovery for materialism. Hi, my name's Raghunath, and I'm a materialist.
Hi, Raghunath.
Thank you. Hi, Raghunath. Let me tell you at what I was looking at today, which I think, that will fulfill my God-shaped hole if I just had that! So we've got a little bit of spiritual side of us and a little bit of material side of us. And my material side, I tell you, is always thinking of ways to fulfill my material being. If I had that, and if I collected these, and if I put up my fence around this, and this house is mine, and this family is mine, and this stuff is mine, not even necessarily, it's not like I'm hoarding bricks of cocaine, but even if I have this is my home, these are my kids, the yogis say, actually, you own nothing. None of it's yours. Not your bricks of cocaine. The feds could come and take that away in a moment, right? Not your money. The IRS could come and take that. A thief could come and take that, right? Or the market could crash. The dollar could go down. You could lose it all, and overnight, economies crash overnight. Historically, just got to read a history book. Happens all the time. You could lose your kids. Your kids could grow up, and after you take care of them so much, they could just go, what? I thought we were so close. Sometimes kids do that. Some of you were the kids who did that. Don't give me that face. Some of you were the kids. They're like, oh. Some of you were the kids that did that. Oh, you don't know my situation. So, right? When we start trying to collect and hold on to things, very soon, the universe shows us that we can't possess. And if you don't believe me, you haven't lived long enough. Because the universe is designed to take everything away from you. What a horrible universe this is. You're meant to fall in love with things that we're going to lose? How are we supposed to exist like that? Happened to my parents. Married so long, raised 7 kids. No money. Growing up in obscurity, broke. My father's a high school teacher, mother's a secretary. Raised all the kids. Made it out of Brooklyn. And now you want to go to Brooklyn. But made it out of Brooklyn back then. But, yeah, my father died. Just died. Right when he retired, he died. Happens. That's the material world. And if all we are is material beings, life is actually very sad. But I got some great news for you. We're spiritual beings. That means when things get tough, and they will, we prepare ourselves. When it's going to go out for rain, when it's going to rain, you prepare yourself. You wear the boots and the umbrella. When it's going to snow, dress warmly. We prepare ourselves for the material world. When things get tough, we lean into truth, we lean into wisdom, we lean into God. That's why in kirtan people sometimes just go like this. No one's even telling them to do that. They just, naturally the hands go up. Yeah, the deity is doing it here, right here. See? And that is the mudra of trust. What do we, when our hands go up, we're trusting. Like a little toddler, right? If suppose the mother comes home, what does the toddler do? Right? Right, immediately! Right? What if the door opens, but it's some stranger with a mustache? Tell her, what the hell is this guy? But when the mother comes home, right? Because that is the move. I trust this person. I'm taking shelter of this person. And when we're in kirtan and the hands go up, it means I trust that my life, whatever I'm going through, I trust my life is in divine hands. Whatever I'm going through, I trust my life is in divine hands. And whether we believe it or not, it is. Our life is in divine hands. Sometimes I can't figure it out, though. Sometimes I'll just say, why? Ever chant this mantra? Why me? That's a very popular mantra in our culture. Chant 16 rounds of why me. That's right. You sometimes say it over and over. Why me, why me, why me, tell me. Or this one is an ever popular mantra. It's not fair. Ever chant that mantra? It's not fair. It's freaking not fair. Why me? It's not fair. I go back and forth between those two. It's not fair. Why me? It's called the mantra of the victim. But sometimes it's just the way we're perceiving the world. Don't expect the temporary world to be eternal. It's temporary. Go into it with that frame of reference. But the world has nothing but lessons for us, if we can see it like that. Because divinity is not trying to crush you. It's trying to assist your growth. Divinity is there for our growth, not to beat you down. So all I have to do is harness the mind and what the mind focuses on. I'll give you an example. Does anybody like to garden?
Oh,
good.
Tucker.
Timothy Tucker's here, and sweet Lady Katie and Baby Sadie. How did they find us? They're always there on Zoom. Are they real people? Maybe Zoom just puts this on for... Here's a family that likes you. Let me give you an example. Suppose you know nothing about gardens. You're staying at somebody's house. They have a very beautiful garden. And here comes some psychopath with a lopper. You know what a lopper is, gardeners? So lopping your... He goes up to your lilacs and just lops them. And you're like, who's this freaking guy outside the window lopping my lilacs? Then he goes over to the berries. Lopping the berries. Keep away from those roses. Keep him away from those roses. He's lapping the roses! Right? So I call up the owner of the house. There's a psychopath in your front yard. He's lapping everything! It's Antonio. There's our gardener. Why would he do that? Why would you cut down a big, thick lilac tree? Because that enhances the fragrance next year. Are you kidding? Why would you lop the berries? That enhances the fruit next year. Why would you lop those roses? That enhances the growth next year, the flowers next year. In ignorance, the whole world seems chaotic, seems random. Right? You ever go to like Peru or Mexico or some places where they just don't buy all their clothing from China, where there's a guy like embroidering a t-shirt. You buy an embroidered t-shirt, you get a Guatemala, you can get something like that. Okay, imagine I get this cool Guatemalan t-shirt that's embroidered by hand. But when I put it on inside out. And I'm walking, I'm hoping you think I'm cool with my new embroidered shirt. What does a embroidery look like inside out?
Messy.
Yeah, messy, random colored threads popping out. This world is a bunch of random threads, isn't it? It's like, he died? He was young and healthy. What happened? His house got broken into? I had a friend, his house got broken into, he lost everything. He had all of his savings in his house. He's sick. Oh my God. We were just hanging out. The world appears really random. And sometimes there's success, not even bad things. Sometimes like, just got an inheritance. I didn't even know this guy. I got all this money. Ever have that one? We just got. I know a guy just got an uncle. We weren't even that close, and he left me so much money. Because that's what happens, right? Sometimes you gain a little money. Sometimes you lose a little money. Sometimes you lose a lot of money. Sometimes you gain a lot of money. That happens too. And it appears so random. But let me ask you a question. Are those threads on my shirt inside out random? No. They're perfect. They're actually perfect. And they're serving a purpose. I'm just looking at it from a different vantage point. And in Bhakti Yoga, we're just flipping the vantage point. And we are living in a world of blessings. Because we've invited divinity into our life. And how do you invite divinity into your life? We just did it. We come together with no agenda except to connect. Through song, through sound, through story, through breaking bread together. Now, when we cook in Bhakti, even the cooking is meant to be an offering of love. Because we said earlier, we can't own anything. We are not born to possess. Right? Even when I die, if I do whatever I have, it's going to be taken from me. We're not born to possess. Then what are we born for? Love. We're born to love. And you know what? Criminals, hurricanes, the IRS, no one can take that from you. Everything else can be taken from you, except love. There's only one person who can take love from your heart. You know who that is? You.
Yourself.
Yeah. You can just choose, I'm not going to love. I'm going to hate. I'm going to be bitter, and I'm going to resent. And that's going to punish them. And it doesn't punish them. It punishes you. The desire to love on a regular basis is always there's always energies attempting to hijack that from us. so we can live in resentment, live in tribalism, live in us versus them. But the fact is, we have so much in common, even with our greatest so-called enemy. Everybody's a spirit soul, just trying to find love. And bhakti is this path to uncover what real love is. Sometimes, ever have a very possessive spouse? It sort of feels like they're saying they love me, but it feels more like I'm held captive. Because sometimes we use this word love so cheaply. We say, I love hamburgers. I love that movie. I love my kids. I love my wife. But really, love can be, right? I met a guy, an old friend of mine from childhood. I said, hey, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a long time. We started talking. I said, yeah, I have a bunch of kids now. I said, are you married? He goes, I can't get married, man. I love girls too much. I was like, oh, I get it. You're still a child. That's how maybe a 15-year-old thinks. If you're thinking like that, you haven't really actually thought about what love is. So, in bhakti, they really refine love to this very, very evolved place where we learn to love each other without an agenda. And this concept of loving all living entities, and this concept of loving the source of all living entities. And you'll find, no matter what religion you're in, truth is truth. You can find truth everywhere you go. In every religion or philosopher, you can find truth. We're not here to sell a religion. We're here to sell truth. Because very often, culture is like a riptide that drags us to illusion. Has anybody felt that? You just got to turn on television. You're like, all right, illusion. Yeah, all right, illusion's good. But what is illusion? It's a baited hook. Isn't it? Illusion is a baited hook. Looks tasty. Ah! Has material existence. Looks tasty. Ah! What was I thinking? Anyone ever chant that mantra? What the hell was I thinking? Yeah. It looked so good. Very good. I'll stop right there. Anyone have any questions? We can talk about anything. I'm serious. We can actually talk about anything.
All right. So,
Alex,
yeah.
Good to see you, my friends.
You too. So if it's a baited hook and it's like, kind of pointless, the material is kind of pointless, and we are working towards, the spiritual is what is really important, then what's the point of, getting married, having a partner, having a job, living in the world, what's the point?
Because we're designed differently.
Yeah.
Some people don't function well alone. Some people need to function with partners. Partners help keep them steady. I have a friend who told me he's a real sort of like very spiritual guy, and so he just got rid of all his stuff and he bought a little cottage in the middle of nowhere and lived in the woods. And he's a very sincere guy. And we started becoming closer and closer. I was like, how's it going living in the woods? He's like, I can't take this anymore. I was like, why? He goes, because wherever you go, your mind follows you. Yeah. And if you haven't purified your mind will ruin your life. Mm. We go back to the same person we've always were. So a big part of our work is changing their mind, refining our mind, cleaning our mind. And how do we do that? We take the association of people who've worked on their own minds. We keep the company of people that lift us higher. That's what this Burlington Sangha is. That's what the Sangha and Plenitude Sangha is in Puerto Rico and Vermont now. It's to keep, we really just get together to assist each other with this high vibe. Because the whole world there's a low vibe energy out there. Has anybody picked up on that? I always tell my kids when they're growing up, very little good comes out of hanging out after 10 o'clock. I'm just putting that out there, kids. You don't have to listen to me, but very little good comes out after 10 p.m. Yes, did that help? Was that a good answer, Alex?
Yeah, that was. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Just as Lotus says.
Justine,
Yes.
a.k.a. Stromboli.
Yes. So sometimes when I have that mantra of like, why me? I'm just curious to your thoughts on this, the way that I'm thinking about it. I think about the fact that we have karma to play out in this life, and that I might be like an essential role in someone else's. I mean, my own, but also someone else's. It's funny. We had like one of our signs like blew over, and Sonny was saying, he's like, oh my God, like why did this happen? And I'm like, maybe it was just like the karma of like, an animal or a beetle or a person's, like it could be playing into any kind of. So I try to remind myself of that, because sometimes things happen. I'm like, what in the world?
Right.
And then I think it's not all about me. Like we're all
interconnected.
Yeah, like I could be just like me, like a lady, flipping me off while driving. Like that's part of her, for whatever reason, like that needed to happen.
Sure. And how I react to that implicates me in further karma.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Right. This is the beautiful thing about the human species. We don't have to act on instinct. If I go up to a leopard and just say, come here, you leopard, I punch a leopard in the nose, or a lion, or a tiger, a Bengal tiger, punch it in the nose, and it bites my hand, the tiger gets no karma for that. You know why? Because that's what tigers do when you punch them in the nose. But if Alex punches me in the nose, I could be like, do you ever have like an animal instinct, like where you want to like you feel it? Maybe you're driving, some guy does flip you off or something, and you get something like deep down, some demon inside you comes up, births out of your mouth. It happens. It's real. I'm not saying I'm above it, but there's also sometimes some angel steps in too. Like, you know what? What are you going through, Alex? Are you okay? Right, sometimes we really, hey, are you okay? What was that about? Right? And we have that option to act from a base passions or from higher instinct as well. We have that ability. And that's what keeps us either evolving or devolving. Just like at lunchtime, these guys took such good care of me, and Shami brought this delicious salad with some fried tofu in it, and then he brought me seltzer. And it was all done. It was like he goes, "Do you want anything else?" It's like, no. Everything's great. Then Kishori comes home. He's like, "Hey, you want anything?" I was like, "No, I'm good." She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Totally good." She's like, "How about some dark chocolate peanut butter cups?" I was like, "I'll take one." She brought them out. I thought they were going to be a little bigger. They were small.
They're small.
So that made me change my game. I was like, I'll take two of those. Sadly, she left the whole damn thing near my plate.
My mistake.
Having joyful conversation, I took a third. Laughing, joking. There goes 4. By the time I got to 6, I was like, okay, I'm devolving at this point. I went from evolving to devolving. I was really content with that salad. So we find that everything that we do, now yoga people know this, right? We always say things like, she has a good practice, right? Or he has a good practice. He has a good handstand practice. She has a good backbend practice. Yeah, practice, right? Professional skiers know this. Oh, he's good at practice, right? How do you become a great skier? Practice. But everything is a practice. Controlling the senses is a practice. Upgrading your life is a practice. And every day we practice upgrading or degrading. And if we look at it like that, all our choices become almost experiments. What do we do for fun? We come here and sing together. That's a practice. We practice coming together, lifting each other up. Right? Some people think it's weird. You went to a party? What'd you do? Oh, you sat around, sing songs, sit on the floor. Well, all your friends? Nah, I didn't know anybody. Let me get this straight. You sat on the floor. You say, "Oh, were they serving drinks?" No, spritzer. Spritzer. A lot of people think you're nuts if you were to explain what you did tonight to them. They think you're mad. You know what? We think they're mad. We think materialism is mad. Are you crazy? You're going to invest everything in something temporary? We stand with the sadhus, though. We think we're actually right. Because the temporary you're going to lose. I don't want to just get plastered tonight and wake up sick tomorrow. You know, I want something. I want my pleasure to be sublime and last, and I want to be able to take shelter of something sublime, even when everything's chaotic. I've seen people do this. It's very impressive. And everything's falling apart. They feel deeply connected. They don't say, "Why me?" They don't say, "It's not fair." They say, "Oh, Krishna, what is your plan for me? Oh, my Lord, I trust you." Right? Anything else? Yes, I forgot your name though. Shannon?
Shannon.
Got it. I said that first. I sort of jinxed you. I said it at the same time.
What advice would you give to a 17-year-old who is navigating the material world?
Who's sitting right next door.
This is the wisest advice I can give you. It comes from very ancient teachings. It's very simple. Listen to your mother.
And to your aunt.
And to your aunt. It's hard to believe when we're 17 that our parents actually have our best interest in mind. But, you know, it depends, you know, and it really depends where your kid is at. First of all, what advice would I give him? Most 17-year-olds aren't accepting advice. You know, the famous words, mantras out of 17-year-olds' mouths is, I know. Hey, you're going to stay out tonight? Who's going to be at the party? Mom, I know. Are you driving? Remember, if you drive, don't drink and drive. I know! When someone knows, you can't tell them anything. But if they're actually sincere and say, what do you think I should do? Then that's a whole nother thing. You know? But oftentimes, it's only when they're little. Nah, actually, that's not true either. They don't listen either then, too. But there's still teachable times. But it depends. If you retain some type of integrity with them and stuff like that, then they want to hear from you. And sometimes even when they say, I know, and they do their own thing, they're like, my mom used to tell me not to do that. And then they appreciate it. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer for them to fully click into that. But mothers have a lot of power, you know, because they lead by example. Isn't that interesting? Kids are taking notes, even when we think they're not looking. They're taking notes on how we treat our bodies, our own bodies, how we treat other people, how we deal with frustration, what we practice. They're taking detailed notes. I don't know if that was any good, but very well. All right, anything else? We're gonna hang, and everybody brought some food. When the food is cooked in love, it's prasad.
It was offered with love, and it's now prasad, spiritual food, and we can continue our conversation. Questions? With Raghu and each other downstairs.
I'll be downstairs if anyone wants to talk. You just sit near me. but I'm going to eat and talk.
And we do have some of your books.
I got 10 copies of my books. If you didn't get it, if you did get it, double it. Give it to a friend at Christmas. and if you didn't get it, it's just my story, how I went from a punk life and how I ended up getting. It was weird to get into Eastern thought in the 80s because it wasn't so popular. Vegetarianism wasn't popular. Yoga wasn't popular. There were no yoga studios in New York City except ones started by swamis. So it was a really sort of it was like what punk was. It was just like weird outcast people. And so that was my entrance into hanging out with a bunch of the Lower East Side of New York City, and where everything was alternative music, alternative clothing, alternative diets, alternative spirituality. And that's where I started my spiritual path. And by the time my band got a little successful, I realized, what is success in this world? There's got to be something more. And that drove me to India in 1988. And India in 1988 was a whole different world, pre-internet, pre-traveling with credit cards, pre-terrorism, and cell phones. That's when you wanted to stay somewhere, you had to write them a letter. Dear sirs, I am thinking of visiting your fine country. And you gotta wait 4 weeks for a reply on an airmail. A lot of people don't even remember airmail. Anybody remember those thin rice paper one? So I tell this story in my book. So if you want to get one, talk to Priya.
Yeah. Do you want to mention your 2 new classes that you're launching?
Oh yeah, I have a website, Raghunath.yoga. It's also raycapo.com. It's the same thing. I have a mailing list. Get on my mailing list, and I do online courses too. The two ones that are coming out this week are inversions, handstands, and arm balances for those who like yoga. It's very challenging and fun. And I have another one on an introduction to the harmonium, how to play and chant the harmonium no matter what level you're at. It's very approachable and very fun. Harmonium's been a super big part of my joy in the yoga, for meditation, for leading kirtans. As you see, I just am joyful doing it. And I like to teach it. And so those courses are available too.
And then your podcast.
And my podcast is called Wisdom of the Sages. You can get it wherever you get podcasts. Anybody listen to it? Raise your hand. Aww! Others? Come on.
Yes.
Others.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raghunath. And
Honored to be here. This
for coming
community
to
is so great. Keep up the great work. Kishori, Samyapras, and all of you guys are integral parts of it. Srinivas Prabhu, thank you for all you're doing. He's putting me up tonight at his beautiful inn. Thank you. It's honored. So honored to come here. I canceled. I don't know if anybody knows that. I canceled, and we were driving to New York City. I said, I'm so sorry, I've canceled. And she's like, it's okay, Raghunath, I know. You got to just take care of yourself. And I was like, he goes, I just want you to know, so many people are coming that really want to spend time with you. And then she started naming everybody.
I named a few.
And I was just like, and I said, I can't come. And I hung up. And I looked at Priya, I was like, we got to go. Even if it's just for a day, we got to go. So thanks.
Thank you. And our home, or Mahaprabhu's home, is your home. There's 2 bathrooms on the next level down. There's 1 bathroom all the way downstairs. And we'll start serving up prasad downstairs. Yeah.
Well, it's warm.
All right.
Oh,
thank you.
Raghunath Prabhu ki Jai. Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki
Jai.
Prashadam ki
Jai.
And there's harmoniums kind of around the house, so if you see one and you'd like to play it and start leading kirtan, please do. Yeah, they're strewn about. Oh, there is an angle. Yeah, are you okay? Poor little head. Poor little head. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, Bull. There's Tandavani. This is Peter Whitman in the moon here. That's Caitlin's dad.
So what's Tanya's new name?
Tandavani.
Tandavani. Hi.
That means like a dancer?
Dancing on Krishna's tongue. Or Krishna's dancing on your tongue.
Ooh,
Ecstatic dancing, like Krishna.
beautiful. You're both beautiful.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
Victoria,
guys.
for
And
doing
Timothy
the Zoom.
Tucker.
Thank you very much.
At your service.
Thanks, Timothy.
Hey, Timothy. See you soon, brother.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
From
Enjoy.
We will. Sending you prasad from here. Haribol.